Before Care Center, I was a needle junkie. I've lost my kids pretty much, gave them away, so I was just really in darkness and thought there was no way out. I didn't really run the streets and do a lot of craziness. I stayed home and was just sat in the same spot and was really depressed and dark and very sad. I was addicted to meth, and I probably shot up a large amount daily. Really sad because of my kids, and just got in a little bit of trouble, so the fear of being in trouble and going out and getting arrested, I stayed home and was just high constantly.
Very dark and lonely. I was confused, just lost, a really lost feeling. Just alcoholism was really strong. I just drank all the time to not feel, to not think, to just be out of life, out of reality.
Before I come to Care Center and my addiction, my life was horrible. I had lost a good paying job due to embezzlement. My wife, who was 8 months pregnant, went and had divorce papers drawn up. She took our family, our kids, and I lost everything. Yes, I was addicted to methamphetamine. I was addicted to marijuana and pain pills.
My life before Care Center was pretty cut and dry. I had a awesome career as a law enforcement officer. I was promoted early in my career, and had the family, had kids, had a house, had everything that anybody could want. The only thing I was missing was a white picket fence. And through the years of law enforcement, trying to cope with different types of decisions that I've made, and it slowly tore my family apart. Me and my wife separated, and I couldn't deal with the burden of separating from her and separating from my kids, which in turn led to drinking. Still held the career in law enforcement, but was still drinking whenever I had an opportunity. Through drinking, doing stuff off duty, made me lose my career. And that was the tip of the downward spiral, just trying to cope with everything.
Well, I'm really close with God. I'm really happy. I have emotions and feelings like I didn't have before. I don't know, it's a total transition. I just never would have thought that I would be the person that I am today. He's the only one that could have pulled me out of where I was at. Nobody else could have done it, only him. So I fully honor and trust, and just I love him, I love God.
That I am just 100% completely ready to surrender to him every single day that I wake up. Every day I just want more of him, and he shows it to me. And if I seek him, he's there, and I find him. And everything I look at, everything I touch, everything I hear, I just want it to be Christ. And it's just amazing, the love. I mean, it's overwhelming. And Care Center really, they give a hope that, that's all through him, and it's just amazing. Like, it's just a hope and a knowing in your deepest knower, that God has got it, and he's got this whole ministry in his hands, and I'm a part of that,
God can do anything. My wife walked in darkness for 16 years, and just through the work that God's done in my life, she has now come to know God, and she's got joy in her heart that I've never seen before. My children don't look at me the same way, and I don't walk around holding my head down with shame or fear or resentment. I've been redeemed, and I know that now.
My outlook on life. Before, it was a series of unfortunate events. But now, looking back on it, it was a way that God was trying to teach me something. He was trying to make me persevere through it, make me figure it out, make me dig in deeper to Him, but I was steadily running away from Him. Through being in CareCenter, I realized that that's not the way to do it. You have to dig deep, even through hard times, when you're on your hills and your valleys. There's a song that says, on the hills I'll bow my knees and pray, and in the valleys I'll look up towards the one who set me there.
I needed help getting water into my house because I haven't had no water in my house for 2 years. And all the plumbers that I talked to, they would not do it for whatever reason. Friends of mine where I work at Walmart, they got together and they were raising money. And one of them knew about CareCenter, told them about me, and I received a call from Pastor Ty Cotter and asked if they could come out and see if they could help me. And a year ago they did, and I've had water ever since, and it's been wonderful. The way that they impacted my life was I wasn't all that going to church anymore. I wasn't, I needed help and I didn't know who to go to, and ever since they've been around, I'm starting to go back to church. They come out every 2 weeks, and before they leave, they all get a hug when they come out to mow my yard, every 2 weeks, and they just made my life a whole lot better.
I was affected by CareCenter Ministries. It was just like a breath of fresh air when they come, because I'm older and it's hard to keep up this big yard. They're wonderful. Somebody that's trying to change their life for the better, I think that's awesome. CareCenter Ministries mow my yard, they weed eat, they trim bushes, they burn pile, they come out and mulch all the leaves, for me, so. And they power washed my roof. I told them I would pay them, and I went out to CareCenter Ministries the next day, and I told them that I come to pay for the roof that they'd power washed. And he called somebody, and I says, well, how much do I owe you? Because I was kind of concerned because I didn't have much money. And he said, a hug.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Abby, Gabby. Happy birthday to you.
We went to our church for dinner, and they came up and hugged us. And they told us about Sidewalk Sunday School. So we started going there, and we started knowing them better. So we started going there every 2 weeks, and now we're just good friends with all the guys. So they're all really silly, and they all have like their own thing. Like one likes to dance, and the other one just likes to sing silly songs. They helped us out with our food, like she said. They've helped us learn more about God. We've read the Bible more. We've gone to church a lot. So they have helped us.
You know what? That was close enough, man. All the work y'all done was done.
I have a girlfriend who worked with the Care Center a lot, and she was very pleased, very happy, told me all about it, and so I called to see if they could come and do wonderful things for me as well. I have benefited from the services, from lawn care. They pretty much do whatever I ask them to do, which is kind of wonderful. They carry mulch around, they lift heavy things that I'm unable to lift, they unscrew things that are too tight for me. They are really good about stirring my compost or weed eating in certain places. They helped me make a path through the woods one day. That was fun.
Probably the coolest thing I've seen since I've been involved in the ministry is just the change in the men. Roughly, they've been over 200 men went through the program in a little over 2 years. And to see the changes in these guys' lives has really impressed me. It's a second chance for a lot of fellows that was bad in drug addiction, and the way I've seen they turn their life around, they're serving the Lord, it has really impressed me.
The reason I've decided to support CareCenter Ministries, I've actually got to know several of the individuals that have finished the program and that have been through the program, and the positive effects that they have not only on their family, but their friends and the community after finishing this program is amazing. The joy that they have and the joy that they spread is contagious. And that is the reason why I really want to support this ministry and help it spread throughout our county.